Let's have a look then at the Christmas cracker at Kempton. It's a festive highlight. The King George, the sixth chase. And growing up, I remember Desert Orchid, and I really fell in love with this race. I fell in love with him as well. And Cordo Star, another one of my favourites, winning this on multiple occasions. 5, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Paul Nicholls looking for his 300th King George as well. And there's one place to start. It's Braveman's Game. Beaten twice already this year. Coming to try and retain his crown. Beatable?
Yeah, definitely beatable. I'm really going off him, which I guess at the start of the year you would have said this is his race, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And it is the target, and it is his race, and that's, you know, in terms of the track, the way it'll be run, the way that he runs, the fact that Nicholls loves to win it and he's campaigned for it, everything says it's Braveman's Games to go and win again. But he's not put up much of a fight, has he, when being beaten the last 2 times?
And brave.
He's not very brave. Do you know what?
The Tower Man Game.
Well, what I kind of went and did was had a look back at previous times he's been beat as well, and I say it, but he travels into his races really nicely, but he's never actually put up a super tough finish. He wins his races either really nicely or does get beat. And I wonder, even last year, if Lon Pressé, I know that Braveman's Game again, he probably was like 1 to 10 in running because he's travelling so much better out of the pair. But we never got to see him fight for it. He went and won. And the races that he's won nicely. And the races that he's been beat, he hasn't showed much fight. So I'm wondering if something's there at the last. Is he tough enough?
Could be a strong Irish challenge. Obviously, they won it with Tornado Flyer, William Owens, a couple of years ago. Do you expect Allaho and Jerry Colomb maybe to come over?
Well, I made notes about all of them here, and it's one of my favourite races of the year. But actually, when you look at it, there's more negatives than positives. First, start with Allaho. You know, my stat that came up was like it's only been beaten by 1 horse in 3 years, but it was off for 2 years. So that was it. That was 561 days. Thanks for that. I love paying $29.99 for that stat machine.
Yeah, I'm unbeaten as a jockey as well.
Yeah, me too. And then came back at Clonmel, beat Janitor by 9 lengths, which was, like we say every time,
Proving he's alive.
He's alive.
He's got
Braveman's Game we've covered. Bridal Pose and Too Soft. Jerry Colomb.
Put it politically correct, John.
Jerry Colomb is the obvious one for the money. And makes sense. Shishkin we haven't seen since he threw toys out of pram which cheap pieces. Royal Pagaille is grand dependent. So,
or is he?
Well, Venetia said he's not, but
it wasn't at Haydock.
He was beaten a long way by Braveman's Game last
22
year.
lengths.
Yeah.
But he turned that form around at Haydock.
But it's not Haydock.
It's not Haydock.
and he is good at Haydock, and Braveman's Game is good at Kempton. I don't think that guy.
Got a good jockey on though.
I'd be amazed
Charlie.
if Royal Pagaille. Yeah, he's very good, isn't he? I'd be surprised if he won. That's probably one that I wouldn't back. So
Something's got to win it.
Yeah, real whacker. If you'd have shut up, I'd have told you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was just getting to me. You know, you're like one of the kids who walks in when you just right anyway.
Is this a horse or what you're doing on Boxing Day?
What?
Is this the horse or what you're going to be doing on Boxing Day?
the real whacker. Now, put me off, real whacker. Pulled up last time, yeah.
There you go.
First. No, struck into and was lame.
Yes.
So was pulled up.
It was only 6 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. It's not a massive deal, and I'm getting a bigger price. I'm not saying it's an excuse and it's a hooky plot or anything like this. I've not gone into a massive plot horse, but it's
No, I like him as a horse. I mean, Kempton's very different to Cheltenham.
I think it's a good jumper. He'll go from the front. It'll push the pace. I think it'll suit him.
So Allaho, 2 to 1 or whatever, it's going to go off 13 to 8, 11 to 8, something like that.
Frustratingly, last night,
Yeah.
Braveman's Game was still favourite.
Yeah.
You might look slightly clever back in Allaho, but you don't come in here and putting up the favourite anymore.
Yeah, we're not getting the value. No, so I thought the real whacker at around 10, something like that. Jerry Colomb was the obvious one for the money, and the real sort of didn't see that coming. Well, I think you'll find the.
I don't think Jerry Colomb's going to come. Is he? I don't think he's going to come.
Well, Gordon mentioned it, didn't he?
Gordon
But
mentioned it.
we mentioned it, but it was like
When?
about
After 15 pints when he was round here.
No, last night there
it was
was
a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? And he said something. He said something. I'm going to send. He's going to Kempton, and Jerry Colomb might go with him. I think there's one for the novice
this
chase.
week. I think he's slowly retracting. I think.
Don't start with all this Mullins.
No, I think he. Well, who knows? But Savills chase maybe for Jerry Colomb.
Ooh, against Galloping Deschamps.
Yeah.
That's
I
another
just
conversation.
I think Gordon probably saw a chance, as he does quite a lot of, to come and pick up a good race in England.
Well, he did it with Sandown with Jerry Colomb, didn't he, last year?
Yeah, and like he sees these races, he says, you know what, there's a good race for me to go and win there because I've got the better horse. But Kempton probably won't suit Jerry Colombe. And now that it is turning into actually quite a good race, he's maybe having second thoughts because not only does Kempton not quite suit him potentially, but it's actually a really good race.
So it's all about the real whacker, then, isn't it?
Okay, so we come over. So that they are the only real 2 pace angles in the race. So Braveman's can go forward, but it doesn't do any harm to be on the pace at Kempton.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. Real whacker will go forward. Even like Hewitt might race. I doubt it if it's soft ground, but you never know. He likes to be ridden prominently. Braveman's game will be up there and jumps really nicely and doesn't mind going quite quickly. But I think you've got to side with a horse that can deal with the pace. And Allaho has a serious engine because if they do go quick, Shishkin can throw in a bad jump. Royal Pagai probably wants to be ridden a little bit more patiently. Like some of these horses might not deal quite as well with a strong pace, but Allaho just has an absolute engine. So I think Allaho could go around at a fast pace. And then, like I said, if it comes to the last and Braveman's game's jumping upside Allaho, I'd back Allaho in a fighting finish.
Well, if there's so much good racing on Boxing Day, and let's say if it goes from 11 to 8, it's not better 11 to 8 shots.
Right.
561 days off. What people talk about the bounce factor and whether you believe it or whether you don't believe it. It's obviously what you're looking at. he was looking at something like to go. What I found something.
It's just really small.
You're all right.
No,
It's your eyes.
go on, carry on. So I want to throw something else at you.
No, you
Not literally.
No, you throw something. The real whacker. Come on.
Shishkin.
No. Well, I mean, who knows about him? Look, Nick Henson, I don't want to go straight there. He's got to go straight there. I hear the real whacker. Royal Pagai as well is interesting. If he goes, and it's a big if, Edwardstone.
Won't go.
Is he definitely not going?
And Alan King said no, absolutely not.
I'll take that back.
I
just thought no because he was entered.
the first last year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. He's not going to beat John Bonner Fabiola. Will they start looking at taking him up in trip? He was entering the Peterborough. They went to Ingle Creek.
They did say
Yeah.
next move would be going up in trip.
Yeah.
I only know because I backed it 25 to 1. And
won't
then I
be-
heard
but it
Alan
won't-
King on the radio next day going, no, 100% not.
I don't know. Like I'm looking at it in front of me.
Small field, isn't it?
Braveman's game, Jerry Colombe, Shishkin. I can't have Edwardstone in
Okay.
that realm. Which
That's
is why I think
But a small field. It's going to be a
the
small
real
field.
whackers.
Yeah.
It's a great race for him, and I think he's going to run brilliantly. But I still don't think he gets into that top class level of horse.
Okay. Alaho?
Yeah.
Allaho. And maybe if you've had a few pints, a few quid each way on Shishkin.
You need it. You need,
Well,
a, few,
that's-
you need a few pints in at the start.
I got to say, there's one still stuck there. Thing is, if you,
He's 4 from 4 at Kempton.
yeah,
His best performance figures have come going right-handed.
if you'd have seen Chiskin, it would be half the price.
Yeah.
If you just got round.
Ascot's right-handed.
Yeah.
Didn't like that.
No.
Cheap
But
pieces won't
It's a
be on.
different sort of right-handed.
No, he didn't. He didn't get a performance figure, but he did beat.
He looked good going down.
He beat Energamine at Ascot.
He did, you're right.
He's got his best performances, even though he weirdly jumps left sometimes. Have actually come going right-handed.
I like the real whacker. If he'd have come straight here, would he be 10 to 1?
No,
Good angle.
no. I don't,
Yeah, you're getting a price, I guess.
You know, because I mean, I said I'm Matt Chapman, but lads,
And-
when you do your own work,
With the greatest respect, if it wasn't Patrick Neville, would he be 10 to 1?
no.
If this was coming from Ditcheat.
I'm gonna say Jerry Colombe doesn't come. Allaho makes us all look silly, and we all just go, "Oh, we're not as good, are we?"
I say the real whacker all day long. I think it's a tremendous price. Come on, Pat Neville.
There we are. 2 against the field then for the King George, the Christmas cracker at Kempton, the festive all out. We love it. Fingers crossed one of these two comes home in front.